Have you ever wondered what you would do if a strange threat began to stalk you through your phone? Imagine one day, while scrolling through your WhatsApp chats, you realize that an unknown number has started sending you unsettling messages predicting the deaths of your friends. This chilling scenario happened to a group of friends in a city just like yours. It all began on an ordinary night when 5 friends decided to create a chat group to stay in touch, share anecdotes, and laugh at those everyday moments that only friends can understand. However, it didn't take long for what was once a space of laughter and jokes to turn into the setting of a nightmare. The first message arrived out of the blue. It was a short but disturbing text. "Don't forget to bring umbrellas. Tonight someone won't see dawn." At first, they thought it was a cruel joke, but the truth became evident when that very night, one of them, Daniel, suffered a tragic accident on his way home. 3 days later, a second message came to the group. "He who laughs last will be the first to fall." This time, the atmosphere grew tense. No one dared to decipher the meaning behind those ominous words. What was once a place of joy turned into a battlefield of fear, where each message felt like a terrifying prediction. Uncertainty settled among them, and laughter transformed into nervous whispers. Day after day, the messages continued, each one more sinister than the last. The members began to observe a pattern, and although they tried to stay united and support one another, terror grew within them. Strange incidents began to occur in their lives. The same day they received the message, the clock starts ticking. One of their friends, Sophia, fainted on the street and was taken to the hospital. Beside her, her phone vibrated continuously with a new notification. Yet another message from that enigmatic number which seemed to know more about them than their friends could imagine. As the predictions came true one after another, the friends began to take the matter seriously. They wondered if some dark force was playing with them, or if someone was watching them. They started to investigate the origin of the number, but each attempt led them to more questions and a sense of helplessness. In the midst of their growing anxiety, they decided to stop talking about the messages among themselves. But fear had already seeped into their hearts and minds. Daily life turned into a torturous game of survival, and the dread of what was to come made them distance themselves from one another. Days turned into weeks, and the group of friends still hadn't found answers to the mystery that haunted them. One night, Juan, the most skeptical of the group, decided it was time to confront their fears. With a bravery he didn't feel, he suggested they gather at Sophia's house to trace the origin of the number. It was their last hope, and at the same time, their final resource to put an end to this macabre game that kept them tied to an uncertain fate. With a couple of beers and a bit of courage, they headed to her house, but the atmosphere was thick with tension. As the conversation progressed, they began to share their experiences from the past few days. It was as if each was about to reveal a dark secret. When Juan's nervous laughter abruptly stopped upon receiving a notification on his phone, everyone tensed. The message read, "The night has come, look around you." As they glanced around, the friends noticed the lights flickering oddly, the darkness deepening, and outside, the chilling wind seemed to whisper their names. In that instant, they realized they were no longer safe. Something was lurking, and not just through the screen of their phone. Without thinking, they all locked eyes, questioning whether they had the strength to uncover the truth hidden behind this unsettling phenomenon. Determined, they decided to take action. They would confront the malicious unknown together. With newfound resolve, they agreed to meet at the one place that could be crucial for their survival, an old library that housed documents and records of strange occurrences in the city. They needed answers, and perhaps, just maybe, they could find a way to end this nightmare. As they arrived at the building, a somber atmosphere enveloped them, and fear gripped their hearts as they saw darkness loom over the place. Upon entering, the air felt thick, as if the very space were alive and watching. While searching among the books, they stumbled across an ancient diary containing accounts of a group of friends who had fallen victim to a curse. The legend spoke of a number that had been cursed by a vengeful spirit that fed on suffering. With each foretold death, the spirit grew stronger. A wave of terror coursed through their bodies. They understood that they too had been ensnared in that cycle. They had to break the curse before it was too late. The only way was to confront the spirit that haunted them, challenging it to reveal its true identity. With their hearts racing and palpable fear in the air, they decided they had to do it together. In that dark place, they made a pact, vowing not to let fear divide them. They concluded their search filled with determination. They sat in a circle and began invoking the spirit, asking it to manifest itself. Just at the climax, a storm erupted outside. The winds howled, and the lights began to flicker. It was then that, amid the darkness, they heard a whispering voice that said, "Friendship is an illusion, a game of shadows that souls play." That phrase resonated in their minds, and although fear tried to overwhelm them, they knew they had to stay united. Together, they shouted with all their might that they were not afraid of the spirit, that their friendship was real, and that the curse would not have control over them. In an instant, a bright light illuminated the library, and the air became heavy in a different way. It felt as if the spirit was fighting to emerge, but before it could, a chilling laugh echoed, and the wind began to cease. In that moment, they realized they had taken control of their destiny. The group of friends had managed to free themselves from the fear that had held them captive, and at that very moment, the unknown number stopped sending messages. The warmth of the dawn seeped through the windows. A new day was dawning for them. They embraced, laughing through tears of relief, knowing they had faced their worst nightmares and emerged stronger. Now, whenever someone asks them about what happened, they simply smile and share knowing glances, aware that they had written together a chapter of their lives that they would never forget. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember that true strength lies in friendship, and together, you can face any darkness. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like it and leave a comment telling me what you think. Subscribe for more tales that will send shivers down your spine and make you question reality. Until next time, always keep the light on, for the unknown often lurks in the shadows.